His Island, Episode 4. Good night, sweet skipper. The skipper has to relive a World War II experience to repair the radio transmitter as he sleepwalks.
We see the lower half of the bamboo door as it opens, and only the lower half of the barefoot skipper is seen walking outside the hut. The skipper is in a zombie like state. His arms are held out in front of him as he walks along. He also walks into several things, but veers away at the last second. He starts to mumble.
Uh, Guadalcanal. Uh, Subtracer 307 calling. Squadron Command. Do you read me? Come in, Squadron Command. Come in. We are under heavy enemy attack. Awaiting your instruction.
Gilligan is awakened by the skipper's talking and is still half asleep.
Bandits at 10 o'clock. Look out. Hit the deck.
Gilligan immediately rolls out of his hammock and onto the ground in response.
Phew, that was a close one.
You're telling me.
Are you okay, Lieutenant?
Gilligan stands under his hammock and is dropped over his head.
Yeah. Lieutenant?
Gilligan wonders why the skipper is, or where he is, and why he's talking funny.
Skipper?
Gilligan gets hung up in his hammock as he tries to make his way outside. He proceeds to shrug off the hammock and head for the door. Skipper is seen standing near the lagoon, still in a trance as he barks out orders.
Transmitter's been knocked out, sir. We'll have to convert the receiver.
Gilligan has a confused look on his face as he listens to the skipper.
Harris, give me that radio manual.
Gilligan walks towards the skipper. The skipper takes an imaginary book and starts to read.
Connect remaining circuits by plugging into radio frequency, located at the right side of the antenna lead.
The skipper yells out to an imaginary officer.
Ready to convert the radio into a transmitter, Lieutenant. Aye, aye, sir. Evans, hold this book.
Gilligan waves his hand in front of the skipper's eyes and gets no response.
Give me a screwdriver, Ferguson. Quick, man, a screwdriver.
The skipper reaches over to Gilligan and grabs his hand. Gilligan extends his index finger. Gilligan stares in disbelief as the skipper manipulates his hand into a screwdriver.
Now give me the wire cutters. Wire cutters!
Gilligan once again is the tool. He hands the skipper his hand with the index and middle fingers in a V shape to look like cutters. Skipper looks at Gilligan's hand as a pair of wire cutters and sets to work. The skipper takes the cutters and makes several imaginary cuts. Gilligan looks on with a bit of curiosity.
Ready to transmit, sir.
The skipper then looks up at the night sky and relaxes.
Dive bombers at 12 o'clock. Dump men.
Aye, aye, sir.
Gilligan, trained in the Navy, leaps for cover into the lagoon.
Run for your lives!
After the mock attack, the skipper slips back into his catatonic state and makes his way back to the hut. The skipper, with outstretched arms, makes it back to the hut. Gilligan has a sour look on his face. Gilligan then enters the hut and makes his way over to the sleeping skipper and stands over him. We see water dripping onto the skipper's face, waking him up.
Gilligan!
Gilligan, soaking wet, is just staring at the skipper.
You're soaking wet.
I know. The lagoon's full of water.
What were you doing in the lagoon?
You pushed me overboard when the dive bombers came at us.
What dive bombers?
The dive bombers you were dreaming about. I had just given you some tools to fix the radio.
Tools?
Yeah.
Gilligan displays his tools to the skipper.
this screwdriver, and these pair of wire cutters.
Ugh,
Boy, you had a real nightmare last night.
Gilligan, I have not been out of this hammock. You've been walking in your sleep.
I have?
Certainly. And when you fell in the water, it woke you up.
Oh, is that what happened? Gosh, I could have sworn it was the other way around.
I'm afraid not. Now, why don't you go back to sleep and no more dive bombers tonight, huh?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Gilligan, you'd better wipe those wire cutters off before they get rusty.
Gilligan looks a little sheepish. The skipper has a satisfied look on his face. Gilligan takes his wire cutters and wipes them on his shirt. The skipper and the professor are sitting at a table listening to the radio, which is broadcasting a round-the-world trip of a female aviator. The skipper is looking at a map or chart of some type.
This is Alice McNeil signing off as I start the last leg of my round the world flight. Open up that golden gate, 'cause San Francisco, here I come.
The professor reaches over and turns off the radio.
Professor, according to my new calculations, she should be passing right over our island.
There must be some way we can contact her.
But how?
The skipper thinks for a moment.
I've got it. I've got it. What we need is a big roaring fire.
Gilligan walks carrying a sack over his shoulder. He overhears the skipper's reference to a big fire. Yes?
A big roaring fire on a hot day like this?
The signal fire, Gilligan. There's a very good chance that female flyer will pass right over this island.
Oh, Skipper, we're saved! We're saved!
We're not saved yet, Gilligan. We've got to try and figure out some way to attract her attention.
I know. I'll take off my shirt, jump, yell, and wave it.
Gilligan, she's going to be passing over at 5,000 feet. How do you suppose she'll see you?
I'll stand on your shoulders.
That's good, Gilligan. That's very good.
I've got an even better idea, Skipper, an even better idea. We'll build a human tower.
Human tower.
You'll be on the bottom. The professor will stand on your shoulders, Mr. Howell on his, and I'll stand on Mr. Howell's shoulders.
Mrs. Howell stands on your shoulders. Ginger will stand on her shoulders, and we'll have Marianne at the top.
No, I don't think Ginger ought to be at the top.
Why?
Because she's wearing high heels.
I think signal fire is our best bet, Gilligan. Although, I don't know if she'll be able to see it through the nimbus columni.
Yeah, and all those clouds are in the way, too.
Well, we better do something pretty quick. No telling how soon she might pass over.
If only I could remember how to you fixed the radio last night.
What radio?
The one in the sub chaser in my nightmare. We were under heavy enemy attack and the transmitter was knocked out.
Subchaser, enemy attack? The transmitter got knocked out?
Don't you remember, Skipper? I told you about it in the hut last night. I thought he was walking in his sleep, but it turned out he was walking in my sleep.
What else happened?
I don't know. The whole thing's kind of hazy today. The whole nightmare seems like a dream.
Gilligan, little buddy, you said I fixed the radio. How did I do that?
You turned it into a transmitter.
I remember. It happened at the Guadalcanal.
No, it happened over there by the lagoon.
We were about a mile offshore. The transmitter got hit. We were strafed by enemy fighters. I had to do something fast.
Skipper, let me tell it. It was my dream.
You mean it's possible to convert A radio into a transmitter?
Sure, it's simple. All you need is a screwdriver and a pair of wire cutters.
I got them all right here, sir.
Gilligan holds up his hands. One is a screwdriver, the other are the wire cutters.
It's a simple procedure. It's just a matter of reversing the sticker circuits by Gilligan, how did I do it?
I don't know.
But you must have seen something.
I didn't even see the dive bombers. Next thing I knew, I was swimming for my life.
Think, Skipper. Come on, think. How did you convert that radio?
I don't remember.
I know. I'll go back to sleep and get on the boat a little earlier this time.
Please, Gilligan, that was my dream last night, not yours.
But you told...
I know what I told you, but I was wrong. It looks like I owe you an apology, little buddy.
Forget it, Skipper. If you hadn't pushed me overboard, I would have been blown to bits.
The skipper tries to remember again.
Has something to do with the main coil. Main coil.
Main coil?
The skipper, Professor, and Gilligan start to walk away together as the skipper tries to remember.
Main coil. Main coil.
Main coil?
The skipper is lying on his hammock and looking restless.
It's no use. I can't sleep with somebody watching.
Gilligan and the professor are watching him as he tries to sleep. All right, Skipper. You try it on your own.
Yeah, Skipper, just concentrate on getting to sleep. Leave the worrying to us. The only thing you have to worry about is getting back to sleep.
Thanks, Gilligan.
You've got even 7 lives depending on you, sir. This is a big responsibility for one man. Unless you go to sleep, Skipper, you won't walk in your sleep. Then we can't change the radio into the transmitter. So relax and go to sleep.
The professor is getting tired of Gilligan's bedside manner. Let's go, Gilligan. The professor leaves the hut while Gilligan starts to tiptoe out. The skipper notices he's a bit premature.
You don't have to tiptoe, Gilligan. I'm not asleep yet.
Well, you better hurry, sir. That woman's going to be flying over at any time.
I'm doing the very best I can.
I know you are, Skipper, so stop thinking about the trouble we're in, or you'll never get to sleep with that on your mind.
Gilligan finally leaves the hut. The skipper makes one more effort to get to sleep. Gilligan comes out of the hut and approaches the professor, who's been waiting.
I sure hope he gets to sleep.
You will if he's left alone, Gilligan. I want you to stand guard. Make sure nobody gets in there and disturbs the skipper.
Right, nobody.
That includes you.
Especially me. I'm the worst of the whole bunch. Wow.
The professor stretches his arms and sounds tired. I'm gonna lay down. I'm beat.
Beat what?
The professor walks off, leaving Gilligan to guard the skipper's rest. Gilligan has a curious look on his face and decides to check in with the skipper. The skipper is lying in his hammock with his eyes closed. Gilligan comes through the door quietly and looks at the skipper. The skipper knows he's there and quickly gives Gilligan a look. Gilligan shoots back out of the hut. Gilligan is seen picking up a sign which reads, "Quiet, do not disturb." He places the sign on the hut's outer wall and is about to nail it in place when the professor comes out of the hut. Just as Gilligan is making his swing, the professor takes the hammer, spinning Gilligan around. Before Gilligan can utter an entire word, the professor puts his hand over Gilligan's mouth. Gilligan is mumbling something, but he can't be understood. Shh! Gilligan settles down for a bit. No noise, Gilligan. The skipper's almost asleep.
Oh.
We hear faint singing coming from inside the hut. Gilligan and the professor start making their way back into the hut.
When the wind blows, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby cradle.
And oh!
With that, the skipper immediately is wide awake again and gives Gilligan the evil eye. Ginger looks at Gilligan in surprise. He's looking a little embarrassed. Both look upset and disappointed. Skipper looks, says it all. He's PO'd. The professor is holding the radio as he listens for another radio broadcast of the Lady Flyer.
This is Alice McNeil and the Vagabond Lady saying aloha nui to Hawaii. I'm planning my ETA. And this is Vagabond Lady signing off. Over and out.
The professor is sitting next to the skipper, who is lying on a large piece of driftwood. Gilligan is seen in the background near the lagoon and makes his way over to the skipper carrying a palm frond fan. He starts fanning the skipper rather violently. Signal's coming in a lot stronger now. I got a feeling she's closer than we thought.
Please, Gilligan, just a little slower.
Skipper, how about a nice warm cup of coconut milk to make you sleep?
Oh, I've had 34 cups of that already. I never want to see another coconut or a lamb chop.
Lamb chop?
I've also counted 19,000 sheep today. I've got to be alone with my thoughts.
Skipper walks off as the professor and Gilligan watch. Oh, that poor man is a nervous wreck.
Yeah, he's all worn out from trying to get to sleep. What he needs is something to make him relax, calm him down.
I wish we had some tranquilizers.
Oh yeah, tranquilizers. Wait, no, that's not good. We don't have a prescription.
Wait a minute. Mr. Howell might have some. He's always taking pills for one thing or another.
Yeah, I'll go ask him.
Gilligan gets up and starts to walk. Mr. and Mrs. Howe are sitting on land chairs. Mrs. Howe looks concerned.
Nami, there's something bothering you.
Oh, as a matter of fact, there is.
What is it?
Well, after we're rescued, I must dash down to Argentina to get a new string of polo ponies.
Well, if we do return before the matches, couldn't you use the ones we have?
Well, I suppose we could. It's just that I hate to ride a used polo pony. The coat is so shiny. Mrs. Howe sees Gilligan approaching.
Hello, Gilligan.
Hi, Mrs. Howell. Mr. Howell. Mr. Howell, do you have any tranquilizers?
Oh, of course I do, Gilligan. Every big businessman has tranquilizers. It makes them calm enough to take the rest of his pills.
Could I borrow some, please? It's very important.
Oh, yes. They're in my pill case. They're in my shelter.
You stay there, darling. You relax, and I'll go get them.
Mrs. Howe gets up from her lounge and heads into the yacht. There goes a lovely lady. Look behind every successful man and you'll find a woman.
Gun, my boy, let me tell you something.
Just to make sure his wife doesn't find her. Gilligan isn't laughing. He just sits and nods. A marriage joke, I mean. Mrs. Howe comes out of the hut, carrying a briefcase. Oh, you are, lovey!
Here you are, darling.
Mr. Howe takes the case. Yes, dear. Must have been heavy. Gilligan helps open the case by hitting the top with his fist. Ah, there we are! Mr. Howe reaches in and grabs a stack of money. Oh, how did these get in there? Mr. Howe hands the money to Mrs. Howe. Oh, now let's see. What did I want this for? Gilligan is stunned by this case of pills. Oh, yes, yes! My arthritis! Of course, arthritis. Lovey, my petu. He still has a stunned look on his face. You remember which one of my shoulders hurt?
Ah, no, dear, you asked me to get this for Gilligan.
Gilligan? He seems much too young for arthritis.
Oh, no, dear. Gilligan came in for tranquilizers.
Mr. Howe digs through the pill case and finds the bottle of tranquilizers. Tranquilizers, of course, yes, here you are. Here they are. They would have bitten me. Here are the tranquilizers.
I only need a
Mr.
couple,
Howe
Mr.
gives
Howe.
Gilligan the entire bottle.
Thanks, but I only need a couple, Mr. Howe.
Oh, perfectly all right. Take the whole plenty more.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Gilligan gets up. Lovey, that is the younger generation for you. Medication for anything and everything. Mr. Howe reaches back into his pill case and takes out another bottle. What's this? He reads the label. Kills pain fast, fast, fast. He tosses the bottle over his shoulder. No one rushes Howe. Mr. Howe is looking smug as Mrs. Howe smiles and fans herself with a stack of money. Marianne is seen stirring a shallow bowl of something for dinner. Gilligan runs on camera from behind. He's carrying the pills the Howes gave him.
Hi, Marianne. Have you seen the professor?
No, but everyone will be showing up for dinner pretty soon.
Is it dinner time already?
Well, just about. Why?
Well, I borrowed these tranquilizers from Mr. Howell. I want to put a couple in the skipper's mango juice. They ought to calm him down and maybe help him get to sleep.
What a great idea.
Gilligan walks over to the table to hatch his plan. Gilligan takes the top off the bottle and pours out a couple of tranquilizers. Gilligan then drops 2 tranquilizers into the cup. Marianne is still stirring away as Gilligan approaches her.
Marianne, would you give this back to Mr. Howell? I gotta go get the skipper.
Sure.
Gilligan walks off camera. Walks off into the distance as Marianne looks at the bottle and has an idea of her own. She walks off. Marianne takes the top off the bottle and pours out 2 pills. She puts the pills in the cup. She puts the cap back on the bottle and hides it near the skipper's plate. She hears Ginger singing, coming up the jungle path, and quickly makes it back to her cooking.
The tree of time.
Ginger walks up from behind Marianne.
Mmm, what smells so good?
Burn swordfish.
Burn the other side. I think it might be better.
Ginger walks over to the table and fiddles around with some of the items on the table. She finds the bottle of pills.
What are these for?
Oh, tranquilizers.
She's looking at the bottle and hatches yet another plan.
Might be just what he needs.
Ginger opens the bottle and pours out a couple of pills into her hand. She drops the pills into the skipper's cup.
Ginger, come here a minute, would you?
Ginger makes her way to Marianne.
Taste this thin gravy and see what you think.
Ginger takes the wooden spoon from Marianne and tastes the gravy. Her face says it all.
Oh, I think you need to burn the fish a little more.
Hey, girls. The professor walks out of the jungle and is walking towards the girls. Say, have you seen Gilligan?
Well, he was just looking for you. Anything wrong?
Well, no, I just wanted to see if he got the,
Got the what?
Nothing. Nothing. The professor leans forward and sniffs what Marianne is cooking. Hey, that smells good. The professor leaves the girls and walks over to the table. He's looking around the table for the pills. He looks over to the girls to see if he's being watched. He opens the bottle, pours out a couple of pills into his hand. He drops the pills into the skipper's cup. The professor quickly places the cap back on and acts like he's some criminal about to get caught. He hears the skipper and Gilligan coming down the path. He quickly puts the lid back on.
Please, Skipper.
He hides a pill bottle under some bananas. Gilligan has the skipper by the arm and is pushing him towards the hut clearing.
Gilligan, I don't have to eat to keep up my fat. I'm just not hungry. I am, leave me alone.
Please, Skipper, why don't you just sit down and take it easy, Skipper?
The professor and Gilligan each take one of the skipper's arms and makes him sit at the table. Sit right there, Skipper.
All right, I'll sit down.
Here, Skipper, have some mango juice. It'll make it calm.
Oh, yeah, good idea. The skipper picks up the cup and tries to make the skipper's drink.
Thank you. I
Gilligan.
don't want any mango juice.
How about some fish? Fish will make you thirsty. Marianne, how's the fish coming along?
Just about ready.
Ready in just about a minute. Here, have some mango juice.
Gilligan is trying to force the skipper to drink from the cup.
I don't want any mango juice. Please, now, just leave me alone. I want to think. Trying to remember.
Skipper is trying to remember as Gilligan and the professor look at each other in defeat. The skipper sees the bananas and grabs one. He notices the bottle hidden underneath. He examines the bottle as they're watching on with a sense of concern. He's looking worried. A look of worry. Also, he's looking like he's hatched his own idea.
Hey, tranquilizer. A couple of these ought to put me to sleep.
The skipper starts to open the bottle.
Wait, no!
Really worried look is on Gilligan's face. Oh no, Skipper. I don't think you should. Skipper pulls out a couple of pills from the bottle and pops them in his mouth.
Oops.
Here's to an early rescue.
He makes a toast and starts to wash them down with the mango juice. A look of horror on Ginger and Marianne's faces. Watching in shock. He's tipping back the cup, finishing everything to wash the pills down. He sets the cup down with a huge sigh of satisfaction and a smile. You see the skipper fast asleep on the table. The professor and Gilligan have been pacing and end up together behind the skipper. The skipper is snoring and starts to mumble. The professor and Gilligan immediately race to his side to listen. Marianne has a notepad in her hand, getting ready to take notes. The skipper is coming to and starts to mumble again.
Vagabond lady.
The skipper starts to get up and is helped by Gilligan and the professor.
Get him to the beach.
The skipper tries to sit back down, but he's prevented by Gilligan and the professor.
Skipper, Skipper, put your arms like this, like you did before. Here.
Gilligan and the professor are trying to keep the skipper moving, but he just wanders around, being difficult. Marianne is still waiting to copy everything the skipper says, but still no luck. The skipper is just wheeling around out of control as Gilligan and the professor try to guide him. They are still unable to control his direction. It's all they can do to keep the skipper from falling over. The skipper starts to mumble as the professor assesses the situation. It's amazing, amazing. I had no idea 4 tranquilizers could produce such an effect.
Six.
8.
10.
The professor lets go of the skipper, who promptly falls to the ground, taking Gilligan with him.
And he's out.
The house have arrived at a clearing to see what's going on. Gilligan's arm is stuck under the skipper, and he can't get back up. Lovey! I told you to hurry and get dressed. Look! We've missed the cocktail hour! Gilligan is still trapped and whimpering. Sometime later, after the skipper has recovered, the professor is trying to hypnotize the skipper. The skipper is seated while Gilligan looks on. The professor is using a diamond bracelet to entrance the skipper. You're reliving your landing at Guadalcanal. You're aboard your old landing craft heading towards the beach as the battle rages. The professor cues Gilligan into action. Gilligan, Marianne, Ginger, and the Howes are standing by to act as sound effects for the skipper. Gilligan takes a stance and starts sounding like a machine gun.
Boom.
No reaction yet from the skipper. The professor signals Gilligan to stop. He stops, but looks disappointed. The sea tosses your boat around as you cork, as you plow through the crashing waves towards the distant shoreline. The professor signals Gilligan to start the sound effects. Gilligan starts making whooshing sounds like wind and waves. They are slightly swaying back and forth, looking nauseated. Gilligan is still making whooshing noises as the wind and the waves. And they are still swaying back and forth, looking much worse. Lovey? Where are my secret pills?
I didn't bring them, dear. I had no idea we were going out this far.
I think I've got him hypnotized. Now, everybody remember your parts.
First chance I've got to act since we've been shipwrecked. Now, what am I playing? Gunner's mate and whistle.
This is a real test for you, Ginger. You don't even look a bit like him.
Thanks, Gilligan.
Everyone is standing by to help with the simulation.
All right, men, we're heading for the beach.
The skipper gets up and starts walking.
Battle stations, everybody. Sing out when I call your name. Wilkowski,
Here.
McHenry,
Here!
Lefkowitz,
Here.
what's the matter with your voice?
Laryngitis.
Here!
Thinking that's his name, Gilligan responds.
Ferguson,
Here.
Entwistle,
Here.
That's a real good Ginger. You sound just like him.
we're heading in. Harris, keep your head down.
Paris is the one with the radio manual. If anything happens to him, somebody grab the book.
Looks pretty rough up ahead. We're going to have a bit of a hot reception when we hit the beach.
All right, folks. Come on. Battle noises. Battle noises. Everyone starts making battle sounds.
Whoa.
Gilligan is back on the machine gun, while others are sounding like bombs and dive bombing planes. The skipper stands looking like he's in battle, as the others continue to make battle sounds.
Test. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The skipper is talking into the microphone as the professor and Gilligan watch on.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The professor is listening to a small radio to see if the skipper is coming through. He shakes his head. Nothing. Still doesn't work.
Are you sure you wrote the instructions down correctly?
I'm positive.
You sure you dreamed the instructions correctly?
Well, there's no use fooling around with this anymore. She's probably out of range by now.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Gilligan, you've got the sentry duty. I'm going to turn in for a while.
Okay, Skipper.
The skipper gets up and walks off. Yeah, so am I. Good night.
Good night.
The professor gets up and walks off. We see the skipper make his way to his hut and enter. Gilligan decides to mess with the radio some more. He puts the small radio up to his ear and starts to try the transmitter again.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing
Gillig-
1, 2.
Gilligan stops and starts hitting the transmitter with his fist and tries again.
Hello, can anyone hear me?
Just then, the radio comes alive.
Nice to talk to you, young man.
Who's that?
This is Alec McNeil and the Vagabond Lady.
Oh my gosh, it's Alice! Please stay right here where you are. I gotta go tell Skipper. Now, don't go away, please.
Gilligan gets up on the table and rushes to the hut door.
Hey, Skipper!
Gilligan signals the skipper to come. The skipper comes out of the hut door.
What happened? Did you see your plane?
No, Skipper, it's working. It's working.
They both make it back to the radio.
What's working?
The radio, I fixed it. I just talked to the lady flyer.
You what?
Gilligan hands a small radio to the skipper.
Honest, I'm not dreaming or anything. And look, I figure you better do the talking because I don't want to cause any more trouble. I don't want just come on. I want everything to work out just right. Come on.
But how could you have fixed the radio?
Oh, it was easy. All I did was hit it with like this.
Gilligan hits the transmitter again with his fist several times, and the back opens up, and the electronics fall out. The skipper has a shocked look on his face. Gilligan leans over the transmitter and looks inside. All the internal parts are lying on the ground.
Come to think of it, I guess I did dream the whole thing.
Of course you did.
We hear an aeroplane flying overhead as the small radio comes back to life. Skipper and Gilligan follow the sound as they look up.
Nice to have talked to you down there, whoever you are. We seem to have been cut off. Meanwhile, happy landings.
The skipper stares open mouthed. The skipper is sound asleep in his hammock as we hear Rockabye Baby crying playing. Gilligan is seen coming out of the hut door as we hear the sound of a buzzing insect.
Oh no, no. Ah.
Gilligan sees a bug that's making the racket.
Oh, shh. Skipper's falling asleep. Ah. Come on.
Gilligan reaches over and picks up a large gourd. He raises the gourd to hit the fly, but something inside it rattles.
Quiet. Quiet. Just stop. Get back. Stop. Shh.
He bends over and breaks the neck of the gourd. Gilligan keeps an eye on the fly while he empties out the offending material. We can hear the buzzing of the fly is taken off. Gilligan keeps an eye on the fly as it buzzes around his head. He gets dizzy as the fly takes off towards the open hut window.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no.
We see the skipper sleeping in his hammock as Gilligan follows the fly as it makes its way around the hut. The fly dive bombs Gilligan, who has to go. He's watching the fly buzz through the hut. His timing has to be just right as he circles around watching the fly. When the time is right, he swings the gourd to hit the fly and hits the skipper in the head instead. The skipper reacts with a loud. Gilligan looks over his shoulder at the skipper, who is none too happy. The skipper is holding his head, and his temper is about to blow. Gilligan looks a bit sheepish. He looks at the gourd and does a double take at the hole that's in it from hitting the skipper. He smiles, looking embarrassed.
The end. We are the cast members. I am Bella Bellagio.
I am Lizzie Smalls.
I am Petite Bulle de Savon.
I'm Lee Ryder.
I am Duke Winters.
I am Dante Abello.
And thank you so much for joining us on episode 4. See you next time. Bye bye.